Hi, so let's begin then, if it's all right. Hello.
Shall we start?
Yes, all right. You're okay, right? We can then begin.
I would like request to all the participants to please turn on your cameras so that we can have a more interactful session.
Okay. Then let's begin formally. Everyone present here for joining this session on unlocking your potential, uh, the superpower within. And let me introduce Ms. Eshu Madaan, a renowned life coach, corporate trainer, and uh, always academician and tutor from past academic experience, and a founder of Skillsphere with Ish. So she will be delivering the session today, and the session will be focused on life skills and how we can unlock our own potential and all. And I appreciate all of your participation throughout. Now, may I request Ishu to kindly go ahead with the same. Over to you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the great introduction. So, hi, good morning, everyone. I'm Eshu Madaan, as introduced. I'm going to start this session. And in case you have any queries, so you can put it in the chat box and we can take this up at the later by the end of the session. Is the screen visible? Yeah?
Yes, the screen is visible.
All right. You can also follow me on YouTube, Insta, and Facebook and LinkedIn for any future updates. We are over there on the social media. So today's session, unlock your potential to find the superpower within. So what actually is the superpower within? So superpower goes beyond the comics where we have a power to fly and run, putting a cape and going ahead. So what actually is the superpower which we are going to find out in ourselves today? These are the extraordinary traits which a human possesses, and every human has that potential. It's just that we need to identify our potential superpower, and any human being can have more than one superpower as well. But finding at least one so that it becomes a superpower and we can march forward with that superpower. And in real life, we all are that superheroes. Okay. And in the next 1 minute, though I had written over here to introduce yourself, it is possible. They can introduce few of them with your name and one superpower that they believe they have or they wish to have. Okay. And in case they cannot, so you can just take a moment, so write it down and just talk to yourself. What is that superpower you believe you have or wish to have? And then I'm going to share the details what kind of real superpowers we can include in ourselves. So if possible, anyone would like to share one superpower? Is it feasible, or they can just put it down, and probably you can write in the chat box as well. So I could read first one, the mind. I feel teaching also sometimes. That's great. Reading, yes. Somebody else. Okay. So let's singing. Okay. So that's great. You're able to identify your potentials. So I would like to share on this with all of you that these are the skills or maybe some hobbies or from which people earn also now, like it is shared that singing is a superpower. It may be your strength, but what actually are superpowers? So I'm going to share that with you. So very first superpower which every human being should have and you can also possess and work towards it, emotional intelligence, the power to understand and manage your emotions. Okay. So I'm at the same time breaking your myth also, what are the superpowers, and telling you also what actually are the superpowers within. Okay. So the very first is emotional intelligence, that is very much required because maybe you are at work, in your relationships, in your school life, college life, or in your daily routine. We cannot always express our emotions to any known or unknown. Okay. Second one is resilience. Resilience, the ability to bounce back from the setbacks and keep moving forward. That is another superpower. So you can side by side, I'll be telling you, okay, and how you can work on this also. That's also I'm going to share. The another one which is very much required in today's scenario with the AI coming in is creativity. Okay, if you have the creativity, you can give the new prompts. Okay, so how to create new things and use AI also. There are a lot of social media platforms which are offering you can use AI and create your six-figure business. Okay, so these are the superpowers. Next one is adaptability, staying calm and effective through change or uncertainty. So whenever there is a sudden change which doesn't go as per our plan, so we are not able to accept it and adapt it. This is very much required. So this is again another adaptability, a superpower. Then if you're working in any position, maybe in a leadership role, another one, empathy, truly understanding and connecting with others. So that is very much important. Maybe today you are at this level and going higher and higher, but this is very much important that you need to be very empathetic. So the leadership one trait, if you're looking towards yourself, going ahead, empathy, treating others with empathy. And maybe not even human beings, the animals also. The next one is curiosity and lifelong learning. So the drive to keep growing and learning new things. Then again, the next one is discipline and focus. Getting things done even when motivation fades, when things are not showing up, coming up. So keep yourself motivated, and how you do it if you follow the same routine every day and working towards your goal, doing small things. Then confidence. Confidence is the biggest ornament which you can have as a superpower. So these are few of the superpowers. Okay. So which you are like right now thinking, maybe singing or something. Now suppose there is a singer, any famous singer, Diljit Dosanjh, Arijit Singh. So singing is not their superpower. Their superpower is the way they were able to achieve their goal. That's why today I'm here to make you unlock your potential so that you can get down to your dream. And we should have dreams and we should work towards it. That's how with your superpower you can achieve it. Then next is ride the wave. Now what is actually ride the wave? Now take any scenario. Again, I would like to have little interaction in the chat box because that's how I'll be able to give you more thoughts when you are also telling me your thoughts. I'm giving you the scenario. Okay, And I'm typing also in the chat box side by side. Tomorrow, suppose you wake up in another country without any digital connection to that country and no currency. This is a very hypothetical situation which I am giving you. But in case this happens, how you are going to survive over there for at least a week? Okay, go down to your chat box. Just don't answer directly. How are you going to survive for next few months or at least a week? So you can take any one of the scenario. So you are there in another country, all of a sudden you wake up and there is no digital connection, you don't have any money. Now in this situation, how you're going to survive and what will be your strategy? So take out 5 steps or 5 things, and you may use some superpower from there which you can relate with, and write it down for yourself and a little input in the chat box so that I can build upon that. What is your thinking, and so that I can help you to unlock your potential. Yeah, can I have your input, please? Any strategy or any 4 to 5 steps which you think which you will take for your survival? I've got a very first answer. Very nice and amazing by Avni. A round of applause for you. Okay, the very first one I'll take with the Avni. Find shelter and food. Very nice. Ask locals, offer to work for meals or a place to sleep. Very nice. You're on the right way and correct way. First of all, it is you are able to imagine yourself in that scenario is a big achievement. Okay, that's what the right to wave means. No, don't to avoid the ride, making yourself learning with the way the ride is going to take you the way. Connect with the people, look for someone who speaks English, visit temples or shelters. Okay, I would like to add up over here, sometimes we travel or maybe able to connect with some people who doesn't share the same language, so we can use sign language and the love language which actually works. Reach embassy, trying to find help getting your country's embassy or consultant. Okay, a very good one. Okay, Vishali, I would like to, let you rethink spend with family because you are there alone. Okay, there is no family. So now taking forward with Avni's input, thank you so much for your input, Avni. So now what actually is ride the wave? Now ride the wave tells you that your superpower isn't in being perfect. The way we plan the life doesn't take you the same way. You may have thought of that I will do this course at this age, and maybe I want to achieve this dream job or start dream business, and we don't get. But then that's what the superpower comes in when the life doesn't say, share the same plan, and the waves are going in a different direction. So you have to ride yourself in the way the wave is taking you. But with your superpowers, with your imagination, now this is not working. Let's have plan A. Let's have plan B. So you stay, first of all, calm in the chaos. Very first part, staying calm. Then your courage to rise when you fall. That's what ride the wave means. That this is not something has happened now, shut down. So no shutdown should be there. Think yourself that how I'm going to start with this. That is actually the training ground when the wave has changed and you have to ride. So that is your training ground where you doubt yourself. Am I doing right? When you fear yourself and when you challenge yourself that can I do this? Okay. And you need to understand that life and the waves going in a different way are not your enemy. Who is our enemy and who is our friend? We ourselves. So everything is within inside us. So find that power within you to adapt, to flow, to follow, to rise, and to grow. Okay. Now, for next few seconds, I'm going to share with you 3 B's. Okay. I'm writing in the chat box 3 B's. That is breathe. So all of the sudden, when something has come up and then you want to sudden react, we don't react, we respond. So 3 B's, the first one is take a breathe and breathe for at least 30 seconds to 1 minute till you calm down. Then you balance. What you have to balance is balance your emotions and then you have to believe. So you may make a note of this if you have some notepad or maybe in the phone only on the notes. 3 B's, when all of the sudden any situation comes, maybe a sudden situation, maybe any accident, maybe any sudden unfortunate thing in your family or maybe in your professional or in your relationships. So before you react, so you have to take this 3 B's, breathe. Okay, this is a breathing technique which helps you to calm down. Then you have to balance your emotions and then you have to believe in yourselves. So 3 B's can help you out at any point of time so that you respond, not react all of the sudden. Okay, how things get messed up when we sudden react. So we are not supposed to react, we are supposed to respond. And then the wave which has not come in your direction, you become an unstoppable force which can stop or ride on that wave, and that's how that wave also goes in that direction because you can fight it. Okay, so the next one, time to think, which is the only thing which is constant. Okay, quickly share your inputs. What do you think is the only thing which is constant? I have 29 people with me. I want 29 answers in the chat box. A sudden word which comes to your mind when you hear this, which is the only thing which is constant? Change. Okay, what else? Change. So we are almost over there. I'm glad you have almost answered it correctly. So yeah, so the only thing when we know is constant is the change. So change is going to happen. And then how we adapt to that change? Determination. Yeah. Determination is another keyword with the change. With the change happening around you, what you can do, you need to be determined to change. How we can adapt to changes? By changing yourself, because you cannot change the scenario around you at any moment, at any time. So how you can change is you can change yourself. How you can change yourself? By changing your mindset and using your superpowers. Okay. And like I shared, any superpower within you. Now we have gone to 4, 5 slides. I would like you to take a moment. Do you think one superpower you already have? Okay. And or maybe one superpower you believe you can achieve by using the steps which we have shared with you. Yeah. So I have already got answers from Avni, uh, Surisetti, and Manish. I would like another people also to answer. Which is another superpower you think you already have and you may believe that you can achieve. Okay, so write your name. I'm writing one sample with you. Write your name and one superpower that describes you is. Yeah, that's what again, those who have, I think maybe you have joined late. So coding and painting are maybe your skills. Those are not the superpowers. These are the skills which you might enhance and maybe able to get you a job. But then how you're going to march forward in your life, you need the superpowers. Now, the superpowers which I have shared already are maybe adaptability, communication, resilience. So get back after the bounce backs, to adapt, to change. So those are the superpowers. Okay, let's move forward. Now, the next one over here is this picture will might be telling you confession. Now, what is a confession? Now, here, though the picture is shared in a very lighter manner for the confession, but confession doesn't actually mean that you have to go to some religious place and do this confession. Confession is first of all to yourself, that you need to confess to yourself, yeah, that this is something did not went right, and here what I have done wrong. So what something the mistakes you had committed so that you cannot achieve it. Because if you will start putting out the blames on others, that I failed because of this reason, we never fail and we never grow because of anyone else. We always grow because of ourselves. Okay, so that's how confession is a very important point after any setback or a failure, or maybe once in a while when you sit with yourself. So confess the things maybe which you're, even for good things, maybe the things which are working for you, maybe the things which are not working for you. So keep around, like I at least keep for myself one part of a day. When I do a confession that today this is something I planned and these things doesn't go as my plan, because probably I did not wake up in the morning. So what I lacked from my superpower was the discipline today. So every single day when we don't go as per the discipline and the focus, we are losing one single day to our growth. So that is again the superpower I'm reinforcing over here is discipline and focus. Now you take a moment for a confession with yourself. Okay. And if you'd like to share your experience, you're more than welcome. So one thing which did not work for you because of you. Even you take a moment right now when you think that, I failed because of so and so reason, maybe sometimes we also believe that I do not have the financial support, that's why I failed. But that is actually not true. If we want to raise funds, we can raise funds. Okay. If we want to grow beyond our limits, we'll find a way. The many entrepreneurs right now, those who are standing and in front of us with the solutions, they did not have the money. They raised the funds. Everybody is not born with a silver spoon, but we need to find that silver spoon for ourselves. So take a moment for your confession. Okay, I'm writing the chat box, those who have joined late, because I can see the number rising up. So I'm writing few steps for you. So the very first one, and this session, like which I'm conducting with you, you should conduct this session to yourself once in a while after 15 days or 1 month. It hardly take fair 5 to 10 minutes, but that it's what keep you motivated. Because every time nobody is coming from outside and going to pull you up until unless you are trying to pull you up. So the very first one is find your superpower. And I'm again reinforcing dancing, singing, coding, teaching. These are the skills. These are not the superpowers. Okay. The second one is ride the wave. If the things doesn't go as per the plan, how you're going to adapt to the change. So uske liye the very best technique which we can have is always imagine yourself in the worst scenarios. Now it is not a negative thing which you're going to do. It is a very positive thing, so that you know that if something doesn't go as per your plan, we are not supposed to be heartbroken. We need to have plan 2, 3, 4. Always plan for A, B, C. When A doesn't work, go for B. B doesn't work, go for C. So you should have alternate plans. If you're going to have a presentation today, and if suppose your PPT doesn't work, so what you should have? What is the second plan B? If you forget your pen drive and all of a sudden there is a digital cutout, and sometimes it happens in a very big webinars also, there are certain changes, or maybe electricity has gone. So I would like to share over here, like I had a session last month, and all of a sudden I had planned the session in Gujarat, and due to heavy rainfall and all, there was electricity was out. And then what is the plan B? So I had to arrange another one. I had charts and papers. So we did a session without any digital connection, without any PPT, just me and those people with a lot of activities around with a human touch. So you need to have plan B. Similarly, whatever you're preparing for your life, not even one day, if plan A is not going to work out and not giving you the what you want, or are not working as per your desires, so go with the plan B. And even if you don't have a plan B, learn to ride the wave. Then third one, confession. Confession with you that this is doesn't work. This doesn't work for me because I could have done something better than this. So 3 steps. I would like you to just go through it. Find your superpower, ride the wave with the change, and then the confession. Confess to yourself. I would really appreciate if any one of you or two of you would like to share your confession. And confession doesn't mean that you have to tell me the entire scenario. Probably you could tell a simple scenario, or like in few steps, that this is something did not work for you. And I agree to it. That did not work because I failed at something. Thank you, Avni, being for very active participants, not winning hackathon. Okay. Somebody else. Come on, be an active participant. When you're going to come out, or when you're able to speak out, I failed my last exam. Right. Yeah, tell yourself that you failed because of you. That's how we will work and improve. Thank you, Suresh Sethi. I'm sorry if I'm not pronunciating it rightly. Okay, let's move forward after confession. So, three steps which I have shared with you. How to get back on track after a big setback. Now, if there is any setback, how you will get back on the track after a big setback, something you did not work, you had fallen down. So we have always, yeah, failed my last Varun. Thank you so much for sharing. So we have always listened maybe from our elders that it's when we start riding the cycle, that's how the life is. When you start riding the cycle, we fall down once, twice, and even much more before than that. If you remember an infant, if you have seen a toddler, how we started walking. The life is exactly like that. We start crawling, we stand up, we fall down. We start standing up again, we fall down. But we continue till we are able to stand up. So that is the very first lesson at even the 10 months old or 11 months old, which shows us a 1 year old, which we already have achieved walking. Okay, we all learn to walk by falling down. We learn to ride cycle when we fall down. Similarly, the life also like that. Whenever we fall down, get back. And now, how you will keep yourself motivated? Like I shared you, this motivation has to be inside you as a spark. Life does not give the roses. Life is not a piece of cake. It will not give you whatever we desire. It will always bring some sudden changes. Now, here, what you will do is adapt the change. Now, the fourth step you may note down is adapt the change. Adapt to change. Now, another scenario, maybe you can keep non, there are two ways. Okay. You believe in yourself. That's the superpower. You believe in yourself and you keep in your own singing your own song. Like Einstein failed 9 times. Okay. And 10th time he passed. How? Because he kept on singing his own song. He kept on singing his own song. And I'm going to just quote this from the movie. I don't know if you guys have seen this movie, Ajay Devgan's Drishyam. So there is a very one technique he had used is हम 3 अक्टूबर को पंजी गए थे सत्संग में तीन so that you start believing it and your mind starts believing it and you keep on focusing on it because the mind is like a fool and we need to train our brain. Whatever you feed your brain, it will start believing it. So one is this one. There is a change, but then you are clear. This is something I want to achieve. Okay. One way is this. Second way is with the change and you believe and you come to realize that what you are doing is not working. So that's okay. You change. Now, one thing is you keep on singing your own song if you believe that the solution, your work you're doing is right. Second thing is you have realized that something is wrong. So you change. You change your mindset, you change your strategy. So when there are problems, you need to create a new strategy. Like I said, you need to have plan B, C ready when A is going to fail. B is going to fail, C should be ready. So you need to have all those multiple choice question answers with your life. So when you have seen this Kaun Banega Crorepati, so life is also like that. I'll tell you one example. Where you may try B, you fail. You may try C, you may fail, try D. But then you keep on doing it and you keep on strategizing the new ways. So that's how we can unlock our full potential. So that's how to get back on the track after a big setback. So these are the two ways which you can use. Now, next one, it is a 5 minute challenge for everyone. The next slide I'm going to share with you 5 minutes challenge. Okay. Now, this is the other task. Okay. These are the tasks which I have shown to you. Now, you have to quickly strategize in 5 minutes which will be the task which you'll be doing and you can share your answers like you can write simply 10, 8, 7. What will be the order? Okay, this is very very important one. I have shared with you 10 important tasks. Now you make your own strategy, you may use your own thinking and then you list it out how you're going to do these tasks. Your time to do it starts now. Varun, that was really quick. Have you listed all the tasks? 5 is missing over there. 5 is missing. And I would really request you turn on your cameras for a few minutes so that I can just have some pictures. Come on, quickly share your answers. I can see a lot of participants. Akrit, Prab Karan. So that's okay, Varun, you can rewrite it again. Avni, you have to list out all the tasks. What will be the priority? Not only the first one, your entire. So the task is from these 10 tasks, how will you order? Not, I don't want only the first task. You have to plan it, all the 10 tasks that how. That's why I told you to take 5 minutes. Don't answer in hurry. Okay. So I've got few of the answers. Now let's discuss. Now, the reason of your prioritization. What was the reason you prioritized first and what was the reason you prioritized second? How distractions affected your decision making. Now, many of you might not be able to decide few of the things. Like Ajay shared, thank you so much for sharing. Very hard to find out. So here what we are lacking is decision making. And what are the distractions on those tasks? Real life strategies to handle distractions and stay productive. So the distraction will be there in the real life as well. So that's how we need to make our decision making very clear. Now, the very big one thing which I want to tell you is you might have heard a lot about time management. So maybe for many of you, this will be a new thing to learn today. That is energy management. Now, why? Because the same task, maybe one person maybe able to do it in 5 minutes, and other person may be able to take it in the 1 hour. Now, reason why? The reason is energy. How much energy we put into one task, okay? That task will be done faster. So now for decision making, very first thing is you need to write it down energy management. energy. So you put your energy. So you may choose your task as per the energy. Like you are able, you know that I can do this task quickly. Okay. So you may prioritize that task. Or maybe you also can take a difficult task first. So that's up to your energy management and your strategy. Now, what is my strategy? Is I am able to know. Yeah, thank you, Nidhi, to answer how do I increase energy. So, like, how do I increase my energy? Now, here comes the picture of skills first. Which are the skills you are able to do, and which are the skills you are lacking? So we need to focus at another one. Now, my strategy is always to do the easier task first. If there are 10 tasks, so I know this task are easy for me. So I finish that 4 or 5 tasks. Why? Because your brain gets the power of that you have already achieved this achievement. The brain gets really, I have achieved this, and that's how your energy keeps on increasing. I have done one mark, one benchmark, put a tick, and your brain says, yeah, I have achieved this. I'm able to complete this. So that's how your energy keeps on increasing. So you may start with the very easier ones and go to the next levels. It's not recommended that we do difficult things first. We may do easy things. So now there's another thing what I'm sharing with you is take small steps. There is no need to make a big leap at first when you're starting something new or something you're not have energy for. That's okay. Even giving daily 10 to 15 minutes will also make a change. It may be slow, that is okay. So take small steps. And as then you start taking small steps, your brain will have this, power of, achieving that, yeah, I've achieved this, I have done this. So that's keep on motivating you and boosting you. And then you prioritize your task. So that is the first energy management. Then next is priority. Okay. How you prioritize. Now, obviously submitting assignment, completing an assignment, if that is your priority, or watching a episode or any Netflix or something is your priority. Now here you need to see how you're wasting your time. So you need to put back on your mind on track. This is my priority, and if I complete this is this, after that I will have time for my entertainment also. Keep time for your entertainment. I have never suggest that keep no time for your entertainment. That is also very important, and that's how also you will keep yourself motivated, and you will keep on increasing your energy because you have some energizer power. Now some my resources basically going out and finding the motivation or inspiration when I create content. So sometimes I get stuck, I'm not able to write and create something new. Then my energy is I go outside and explore, and when I go outside and my mind is clear, then I get start getting new thoughts. Yeah, this is something I work on. So that also again it's a kind of a superpower when we are able to find one energizing channel which keeps you motivated and inspired. And but don't find energy or something from a friend. Okay, don't make any human being a resource point or a charging point for you. That is very important because at any one point when that human being is not available for you, you will be very depressed. And the last one is focus. Stay focused on the task at a one time. So multitasking is not suggested. Complete one task, then go to another task, then go to another task. So that's how. And at the last winding up the session, I would like to take you to few minutes, write your letter to your future self, unlock your potential. Now, what is letter writing to your future self is write a letter to yourself where you see probably yourself after 6 months, 1 year, 5 year, or if you can see yourself after a decade also. So write that letter and then keep it with you and open it after 6 months that were you able to achieve it or not. That's how we keep a track on our dreams and how you're going to achieve those dreams. Take a few minutes. Sure, Avni, I wish you very, very good luck. Okay. And start writing a letter to your future self. So, how we find the superpowers within ourselves is when we are going to follow ourselves. The goal setting and the self-reflection pave the way for a purposeful life. Thank you so much. I would like to request all of you to kindly please follow me on my social media platforms for more motivational series and channels. So I'm available on YouTube, Insta, and Facebook and LinkedIn as well. In case you want any query or something, I do reply to the children whom I take session for. Very good luck, Mohit, with that. So I'm going to share our YouTube scanner is here. You can follow me. Otherwise, the name of the channel is Skillsphere with Ish. I'm writing in the chat box. Anytime you feel stuck that you don't know, you can just drop a message. I can create a video for the same, or I will definitely get back to you. And there are a lot of things which goes around, there are a lot of free resources which are available when you feel that you're not motivated and you're not getting the right guidance. There are a lot of counselors which are available, but make sure you go to the trust one whom you can actually trust. You can also follow me on Insta. And thank you so much for great participation. I wish everybody really good luck, Shreya and Spurti, and you all will be able to achieve when you believe you can. And believe me, have your dreams and make sure you work towards that dream. Okay, and if you sleep and think it is going to happen, it is not going to happen. We have to work every single day towards our dream to achieve it. Thank you so much. I hope you have
Yes,
followed
Ishu,
me
that
on
was
social
a
media.
great session, and I hope students and participants enjoyed. I appreciate your dedication, how you explained things properly. So, looking forward to have more collaborations in the coming days. Thanks a lot to participants, to you especially, and all stakeholders involved. Thank you.
Thank you so much.